That constant air. Hello, everybody. You see my white phone stand? Uh, Yeah, today is the day we want to create a mind that can stand on its own. A mind that is fulfilled with just what it got. Say good morning, good afternoon, good night, good evening, wherever you are. This is Resilient Queen, and I am right here today. And I want to let you all know that I got up today and doing what I need to do, and checking out some of you guys in the background as well and stuff. And then I say, all right, then let me sort myself out now. So I want to let, so it just come into my mind to let you go. It just come to my mind to say that, you know, it's today's a day, every day is a day for itself. But today is one of those days where we have to learn to create our mind so it can be able to stand on its own. And on when I mean stand on its own, it's meaning that, things, everyday things not gonna go good. Everything that you think of in the mind is not gonna go good. But once we believe that we can stand on our own, we'll be able to still manage to stay afloat because we won't feel overworked, we won't feel stressed out, we won't feel drained, we won't feel exhausted, and we won't feel like this world is caving in on us. So I want everybody as we go forward throughout this day, throughout the rest of 2025, to create a mind that can stand on its own, regardless of how others see you, regardless of how others perceived you. We can always, within a call it, dive into how others would perceive us because we have no control over how people see us, of how people think about us, what they want to say about us. We don't have those control, but we have control over what is coming to our mind. How can we create a better mindset? How can we create better levity within what's in the mind to come out and say, okay, this is more fulfilling to us, this is more soothing to us, this can be more uplifting to us, and so forth. Dave 122 say hi Dave, how you doing? Alan say hola mi saludas. Salute, how you doing? Hi Dave 122 say hi. Alien say hi, bless up on yourself. So as we go forward throughout the rest of the this rest of the year, it's not easy, but creating a mind that can stand on its own. Because many times we're doing something and we think that everybody have to be approve of it for us to be able to stand or for us to be able to be recognized. But if we're trying to build something and we know it can work, you're telling yourself it can work, it will work. But we can't just wait for the validation of the world. We have to keep going. So make sure you're learning how to create a mind of how to stand on its own. You understand? It's just like this. Is sometimes you have to learn to stand on your own 2 feet. Same thing with our mind. We don't have to wait on the world to say you're doing amazing, you're doing wonderful. You know what I mean? You have to learn to stand with the mind that you're having. You know what I mean? If you're having a mind that is not so wonderful, then you have to shift that perspective. Let's go starter. You say, hi, can you rate my username? You say, let's go starter. That's a good one. It's a let's go starter. Let's start something. You know what I mean? So let's go starter. Let's start up something. Let's start something positive. Let's start something conscious. Let's start something with good vibration. You know what I mean? Upliftment, motivation, encouragement, inspiration, and all of these things. So that's a good name you got right there. Let's go. No long talking. So I like that. No long talking. Just let's go. Moving right along. You know what I mean? So that's a nice name you actually have there. So say, let's go starter. You see, I like this stream, mama. Thank you so much. Bless up yourself. And thank you for that name because you know It's so funny sometimes when we talk about some things, you'll be surprised how the things that are coming, you'll be saying, yeah, because we need to stand on our own 2 feet, and the same way we need to stand on our mindset. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we're looking at our mindset and what we're creating for too much of a validation from the world. And then when we get it, sometimes we don't even know how to handle it because our mind was in tune with what the world was going to offer to us. We were hoping that, okay, let's see how the world perceive us. Okay, the world going to perceive you either way, whether good or bad. But it's when were you prepared to accept what the world is gonna give to us? You know, what I mean, that's it. That's the thing right there. Are we prepared? So we have to learn to create a mindset that can stand on its own. It's just like people say, sometimes you have to learn to stand on your own 2 feet. Why are they telling us that? I don't know how many people grew up and hear somebody say, you gotta learn to stand on your own 2 feet. That means in essence that sometimes we have to learn to do things for ourselves. We can't just wait on everybody to do. They're not gonna do the way you can do. So we have to stand up and do what is right for us. You know, many of us, we have family or anything. We have to stand up for what is right for us. We can't stand for what is right for the world, but we can stand for what is right for us, for our family. You know, what I mean, if you have family, if you don't have family, if you stand up for what is right for you, because that's the only survival story here. It's us in the equation. You know, it doesn't matter what the world gonna bring to us, but it's us, how we are surviving, how we are elevating, how we are changing our thought process, how we're fixing our mind, being creative, not just being creative with the mind, but also fixing up what need to be fixed. You know, and just getting by, and we get by. You know, it's like this morning I get up and I said, you know what? Why is this coming to my thought? I'm like, okay, we have to learn to stand with our mind, you know, because sometimes our mind, sometimes the second thought is what mislead us, but the first thought, the most time, is what guide us. But our second guess is what push us away. You said nobody support each other anymore. You know what I mean? And you know, people do support, but it might not be as how you would want it, but people do support. You know what I mean? And with this world, you see what's going on, it's a whole lot. Manu say hello, greetings. You know, people do support people, but the problem is with supporting nowadays. Let's tie it into YouTube. So many people are on YouTube now becoming content creators. So gone were the days where people who used to don't want to have nothing to do with content creation, or so would you would have more people to support you. But then because of content creation, now you have more people now are trying to be content creators because they know that they can make a livity out of it. You understand? So the time that back then when people would support people for just watching, not realizing that there was value to not just watching but to also create, like what I'm talking about, creating with the mind. So we don't want to know what value it is, but nowadays the perspective on life is shifting. So while you would want somebody to support you, that person is also wanting somebody to support them because they are creative, they're evolving, life is changing, economic is on the rise. You know, things is not cheaper no more where people could say, you know what, I'm just good with my 9 to 5. You know what, I'm good with my gig. You know what, I'm good with. Everybody now out here trying to hustle so they can make something, make a living for themselves and their family, and create a better atmosphere for not only themselves but for others around them as well, which is their children, and some people give back in a meaningful way. Manu say hello, how you doing? And congratulations to all the top fans. He said, you mean in the past there were less content creators, but now it turned around. Oh yes, man, because if you look is what is happening right now. I've been on YouTube for so long, and I never think of saying, okay, yes, I know I wanted to create content, but I never knew it would be something that could generate income. I thought it was just for fun. People just come out and be creative, show what they can do, show off their talent, show their skills in whatever area. You know what I mean? I didn't know that if you be consistent and be persistent, or so, yes, it's not easy to be consistent and persistent, but we have to fight. I didn't know that you can also make a living. But then you have in these arena now, everybody realize that, you know what, things are getting harder, things are getting tougher, and a lot of people are even retiring right now, and some of them don't have a huge retirement thing to gravitate to or to live off of. So they're creating content now as a way to show what they have learned over the years of them being on this earth, and they're showing up and showing others, our younger generation, our older generation, what they can do, how they can master their life, how they can improve on their wellness, their fitness, their this, their that, you know what I mean, and how did they get here. You know, people are sharing more now, and they're creating a liberty for themselves. So it's kind of harder for say having now a bunch of people to support each other one time. Before, you will have a million people supporting people at one time, because at first they weren't thinking of the benefit of them creating. But now you realize the benefit because of kudos to all the other content creators that share how they make money. And he said, "You are ticklish." No, I am not. To bless up yourself anyhow. You know what I mean? So now, because of other content creators who have already been in the industry for a while and realize that once they start to take this thing serious, they start to show other people that, hey, you don't have to just be a watcher, you can also be a creator. So now people are realizing that, you know what I mean? And then with these works, and so a lot of people getting laid off, a lot of things been happening. So it pushed more people to come to the media. And it's not necessarily say you have to be YouTube, but it push more people to be more comfortable in sharing their lifestyle. Some people are doing traveling, some people are doing lifestyle content, some people are doing just their work on there. Even people who actually have a business are become content creators too, because they say, why not capitalize on that digital marketing? You know what I mean? So they're utilizing not just the actual market that they created or their business, but they also capitalize on the media as well. You know what I mean? So it's a great opportunity now. It's just harder, and that's why we have to just keep pushing. And you will still find people who are content creators you will still find people who are not content creators, but they want to support just for the support of others. And they're out here. They are out here. You just have to come out, push your content out, do what you gotta do. And every content that is out here on any media platform have its own people. Some of them you come across them multiple times, but 95% of the time they are gonna have their own people, their own crowd. Sometimes they're gonna mix with you, they're gonna mix with this one, that one, etc., etc. But they're gonna have their own people by the end of the day. So that's why we're talking about able to stand with your creativity. You know what I mean? Alone. You know what I mean? Because it's not easy out here. He said, Kevin Anthony said, "Make me feel good, mommy." Bless up yourself. You know what I mean? So just stand with your creativity, stand with your mindset, stand with where you're at in life. Be grateful for the opportunity, be thankful for the blessing, and just keep going and don't stop. You know what I mean? Because even when we say, as one person alluded earlier to here, let's go start said, oh, people not really supporting people anymore. They're doing it, but because with the economic crisis that we're in now, and a lot of stuff gets so expensive, a lot of stuff get out of hand nowadays. So it's not easy for people to just sit down and always just being a supporter. Nowadays, they have to start be a creator. You know what I mean? Even if they were a creator in one aspect, but they realize nowadays, you know what? I will support peoples and I will support others, but I also need to be a creator as well, so I can work towards generating income in another way, so that I can create a balance for me and my family. Because it's getting tougher. You see, your rent expensive. A lot of places now to live in there. You better make sure you, even if you're sick, you can't say you can't go to work because the living is so expensive nowadays that you don't have much room for errors nowadays. So it's not that people don't want to support. People are still supporting. You know what I mean? So yeah, because even in my everyday life out of YouTube, I might not have somebody who handing me money physically, but I have somebody that will call me and check on me and say, "Hey girl, how you doing? You good?" You know what I mean? So they might not be the kettle of fish that you want around you, but at least they're checking on you. That is still somebody supporting you. May not support you the way you want to, you know what I mean? But they're supporting you in ways that is needed. You know what I mean? Because some people complain, oh, nobody check on me. Well, when somebody checking on us, we can't complain. It might not be the check you want. You understand? You want the other check, but it's still a check. Somebody checking on you. You know what I mean? And we can't complain that nobody checking on us. And then when somebody check on us, we have to appreciate. You know what I mean? Because everybody out here, they got a life. Kids, family, people are building their homes. People are building their lives. People are building for retirement. People are changing their lifestyle. People are making adjustments. So they realize that there is more to them. Hey, baby, how you feeling?
Hey, Mom, I have a poo.
So people are realizing that they have to start step up their game, not just for others. They love people. A lot of people out here love people. They root for people, but they have to root on their own terms. And that's why we say we have to learn to be able to stand alone. And when we learn to be able to stand alone, we will realize that sooner or later, the rightful people, whether they own their own business and still doing it, they will come along. You know, people come, people go. They will come. You know what I mean? People, you don't expect people to be always there, but they will come. You know what I mean? They will always come when they needs to come. Yes, I'm coming. You know what I mean? So don't give up whatever dreams. Hold on, I gotta. Oh, you know. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I forgot. I don't know who showed you how to do it.
Whether it's on that specific reason for the call or any other I know that.
You know what I mean? So people will come, family. So don't give up. You know what I mean? The sky is the limit. So we never give up. Can't give up, family. Can't give up. So it just come to my mind and let's talking about creating the mind. You know, I'm creating the mind to be able to stand alone. And it's true, we have to. Because if we don't create a mind to stand on its own, we're gonna be in serious trouble. You know what I mean? Mama, do you have advice for me how to handle racist people who are very arrogant for no reason? Well, you know, to be honest, all of us face racism at some point in our life, but you know, the best thing you do, as long as nobody physically hurting you or harming you, you could ignore them for the rest of their life. You could ignore them because you ain't gonna get rid of something that is embedded for so long. We ain't gonna get rid of it. We could try everything we want. We will not get rid of something, but if we don't pay no attention, it will eventually fade away. You know what I mean? It's like somebody kept calling you out your name and you ignore the person. And eventually they themselves even be ashamed because they realize this person cares zero. You know what I mean? So you ain't gonna get rid of those things. These things started long ages ago. They ain't gonna get rid of them, but we can ignore them. We can ignore them. You know, some things if you can't ignore it, there's ways to undo stuff. You know what I mean? You can make a complaint. You know what I mean? Just in case if it's something more serious, or so you can make a complaint about it, or go pray about it, or if it's not something too detrimental, or so. You know what I mean? Talk to a friend about it. Talk to families and friends, relatives about what you're going through. But sometimes ignore them. If they don't touch you, just ignore them. If they touch you, you dial 911. You know what I mean? And that way, once you document yourself, when people keep harassing you or, you know, calling you out a name or do anything, you're on the safer side if you knock them up the head. Because, you just don't knock no people multiple times because then that's not self-defense. That's intention. But nowadays, you can't stop people. Nowadays, people mouth, I don't know what's wrong with our mouth. You know what I mean? So we just have to keep. We ain't gonna win everything, you know? If they don't touch you, just leave them alone. That's mouth. You know, people mouth is a weapon, but we see how they can be, you know. So never responds with their anger. No, because sometimes we like to match people energy. As soon as somebody say, "Oh, you ugly like," "Oh, you black like," "Oh, you what," everybody ready to retaliate because that's how we were. That it seemed like it's something embedded in us. So as soon as somebody discriminate against us or call us whatever, we are ready to respond. But if somebody say, "Hey, lady, you look so beautiful, you look so nice," and somebody may say to you, "You are handsome." Wow, you might look at them and like, "Oh, this pervert." You see what I mean? But when it comes to anything negative, we are so quick to retaliate that is not even funny. But nowadays, sometimes you have to just walk away, smile, laugh after what they're saying. Don't laugh in front of them because they gonna come at you same way. But you just sometimes you have to just shake your head. And sometimes you have to play dumb and you have to play deaf, like you can't talk, you can't hear, just to get by. And they won't mess with you. And then some people have to stand up. You will know when you feel like you're in a zone where only thing for you to do is to speak up. You will know, and you will know when you're not. Because you see your instinct, it do chip in when people really come at you. It does chip in. If you're in tune with your instinct, it does chip in, you know. He said, thank you for the advice, Mama. Yes, man. Sometimes it's just all about the ignorance. Because that's how we survive. Even people back in the olden days, do you know how they survive racism? If they ever tell you how they survive racism, is to mind their business, keep going, because sooner or later these people that harassing you, they're gonna mess with the wrong one. We like to say you're gonna meet your match. Sooner or later you will meet your match. Because it's not everybody somebody who throwing shade at somebody or so. It's not everybody is gonna be tolerant of what they're throwing at them. They will meet their match, and as soon as they meet their match, they realize that hey, they're going to go from being a bully or from being this to you, from being this to you, to now become in your shoes. Yes, man. Everybody do meet their match, you know. Notice a bully. Yeah. Even a bully meet him match. When he meet him match, him now become the victim. But before, because they think that they have the upper hand. Artist, say hello, beautiful. Hello, how are you? Bless up yourself. So just don't feed into the negative either. Because the negative is something that is quick for anybody, and anybody will tell you. That is something that even if you go to a therapist or you ask them about the negativity, how do you handle it, they're going to tell you that negativity is something that you have to brace for because it will try to run you off the road. You ever see somebody try to run somebody off the road? And if you're not trying to think at that moment and just focus on what that person is doing to you, you won't be able to escape it. You're going to run off the road because that's their true intention. And if you focus on what they're doing, you're going to run off the road. So you have to just focus, you know, pay attention and start to think so you can have a way to escape. You know, not fall into the trap of these people. No, I'm just having on a belly band. God forbid, nope. I say, me good, thanks to Jesus. Hope all is well with you. Thank you so much, artist. Yeah, man, I'm all right so far. Would you look gorgeous? No, I'm not pregnant. No, I'm not pregnant. No, sir. I have on my belly band because I had, at one point, I just let myself go. And I mean, let myself go, stop wearing the belly band. And then I start to wear it back. So, no, sir. No pregnancy. Not this a girl. No more babies for me. He said just fine. Thank you. And I'm just wearing my belly band to get my stomach back down to normal. But I wash it in the washing machine, so it kind of bunky here. Yeah, but my face is kind of dried out a little bit. Yeah, I just want to rub this on there. This is serum, so I just want to rub it on there. Because this winter, you really, if you don't have nothing to moisturize your face, it's going to dry out the whole of your face. Hold it. Excellent, cool. Say, hey, Queen, how you doing? If you don't have nothing to keep your face moisturized for this winter, I'm telling you, you're going to dry the whole of your face out, and your face not going to look as smooth as always supposed to. Going to look all dry and wrinkled. So, yeah. But hope everybody is doing good. You know, you have to just learn to tap into your mindset, and you will know when things is not for you. Sometimes our mind, you know, our first instinct, you know, is not leading us right. You know what I mean? So you will know. Oh no, we got moderators already. My channel is not big. When my channel grow, what would you do if you got pregnant? What do you mean? What would I do if I got pregnant? Hey, me. I can't get pregnant. Because I'm not walking and looking for baby. I'm not on the hunt for no baby. I got 2 boys already. I got 2 kings. And they're enough to give me 1,000 babies. If they so desire to give me all the grandbabies in the near future. I don't need no more children. I want my life now. I want to raise them and then have a life of my own. I don't need no more children. I will raise my grandkids in the future. God spare my life and I'm still here. Oh, okay. You say, I already said, okay, cool. I will not be subscribed to you at this time or tap on your screen. Sorry. That's all right. Not a problem. Appreciate you for stopping by. You know, I say, your brother is cartoon. It's so funny. Yes, people. No more children for me. Nope. No more kids. To each its own. Everybody who wants children. Let me tell you with children. I don't see if you're struggling, you should have a bunch of kids. That's just me. Because if I'm gonna have a bunch of kids and by myself and saying, oh, I'm by myself, why do I need to have a bunch of kids? You know what I mean? If you have somebody around you that is supporting you, not just be around you, but they're supporting you and they're being there with you through ups and downs, then yeah. But if they're not there, I don't see the reason why I should go around. I'm not a transport authority and I'm not a donor. He said, you don't want anything. I don't know what you're talking about because I never tell you what I want. What I want out of life is not children. I got children already. I don't need any more. George said, how is your belly doing? I don't know what you're talking about. Harley said, you big head. You know, big head people are clever people. Have you ever seen everybody who run in a politics now? Have you ever seen the size of their head? It's not small. So calling somebody big head, they have a lot of information up in there. Bear that in mind. They got a lot of information up in there, okay? They have a head to hold all the information, to store all the information up in there. So just bear that in mind. Growing up and we see all the kids and with big head, and when they grow older, you see all of them with all the education up in there, and you with your little brain, they look a tiny head, can barely think. Look what's happening in this world. I see how look at the size of these people. Tell me if they're small. He say you funny. It's true. They head not small. They big old head they got. Hey, take all the world on their head, eh? Making decision for the multitude of people. Come on now. He said goodbye. All right, goodbye. All right, you're gone. All right, you have a good day now. You have a good day. Yeah, put up at this thing. I had made a sandwich earlier. Beautiful sandwich. Yeah.
What is that noise?
Where?
What is that noise?
I don't know. Where is it coming from? Where is it coming from?
It's not following me.
Follow you where? He said follow him. So how you do otherwise, people? Hello, how you do? How you do? Stop it. You see, that's why I'm telling you, people, you have to learn to stand. Oh, you have to learn to stand with your own mindset. Mindset. Go with Jaden. You have to learn to stand with your own mindset, with your own creativity, because the world won't stand with you when you don't have the same perspective on life. You know what I mean? It's when you have the same perspective on life, then the world will stand with you. And sometimes they only stand with you till when you realize, say, what am I doing? I'm doing something wrong. No, if you had just stick with your mindset, you'll be just fine. But following the camp is not gonna make you fine. Because it's like just doing something to follow the crowd, you know what I mean? Crowd followers. We don't follow the crowd. So don't give up in this life. We have a life to live. And if we practice to live it the way that we know how, that life will be better for us. But when we don't practice to live the life and live it in fully, in abundance, we always gonna have problem with others because we're saying, oh, they're not this, they're not that. But you're gonna remember, Each one of us come on this planet to be ourselves. We didn't come on this planet to be everybody. We come on this planet to be ourselves and to do what we can do to make a difference in our life. And if you are people who would like to make a difference in other people's life, we come on the planet, we have that ability to do so. But if everything somebody do, we must be doing the same thing. That means you don't have a mind of your own. You know what I mean? We don't have a mind of our own. But once we come into this world and decide that, you know what, we're gonna do what's best for us. And that's why this world is so caught up in a lot of stuff, because we don't want to stand on our own. We want to see everything and we want to just be with everything. And then we get caught up in this world. And then you get caught up in this world and then now you regret. You regret doing this, you regret doing that. You know what I mean? And I learned to stand on your own. You see so many people, you have a lot of people out here right now in today's world that walk alone and you wouldn't even tell that they walk alone because they don't act like they walk alone. They don't act like they're lonely. They don't act like they're desperate. They don't act like none of that. They just be normal people. You know what I mean? Only people them who can't stand alone, they go around and they try to get a bunch of people to make it look like, no, what a day when no one is around you. What are you going to do? Think about it. When no one is around you, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? So you have to be able to stand on your own. Whether you like it or not, we all gotta learn. It's like many of us we have kids. And then mine's are young now, but many people who already raise their family, raise their children, they understand. You have these children and they grow up. Now you become empty nester. Don't now some of you either you still have your spouse, so you that's good. You guys can stand there with you, or sometimes it's just you left at the house by yourself. Sometimes you might say, you know what, at this time I can downsize. If you were paying rent, you can say, all right, since all my kids are gone, they gone off to college, or some of them married, move out, some of them out soaring to new heights in another country, not coming back home. Also, some people have to downsize because they no longer have their family around them anymore. Not to say they don't come and visit, but they don't need to have a big mansion no more. They don't need to be paying excessive rent. And these people have to downsize and learn to stand on their own. Because they know that one day everybody not gonna be always be there. And that's one of the things you have to learn with your mindset. Oh, but you're gonna leave me. What am I gonna no, you gotta learn to stand on your own. You know what I mean? People will always come, people will always go. But you gotta learn to stand on your own. If you can't stand on your own in this world, you're in trouble. You're in trouble because everywhere you're going, you need somebody to be go, go, go with you. And then you realize that you don't know what's out there for you. You know what I mean? Because you just wait on somebody to stand there with you because you're scared if you stand there by yourself, it's gonna be a problem. You don't even take the chance, but you're scared. You know what I mean? When I was growing up as a young girl, and before I migrated to America, I I used to travel, and nobody was so scary like me. I would not be in a house by myself at all. No matter what, you could offer me $1 million, I would not stay in that house. And let me tell you something. When I get little older, I had to learn is either you gonna have people always around you, and you don't prosper, you don't achieve nothing in life, or you gonna stand up and gain what you need to gain, right? And I had to learn that real quick. And I remember the first time I traveled to Maine, not Michigan, Maine. I heard somebody call me and said, "Wait, you in the house by yourself?" I said, "Well, what am I gonna do? Run outside and I don't know where I'm at." Because I'm scared. You know what I mean? And early on I had to learn that is either you're gonna stay in that house or you're gonna be always running out the door if you hear the trash or anything. And then what happened? You know what I mean? So I had to learn early to stand there on my own. Because at first I would be telling people, "Oh, I'll pay you to stay right here with me." No, you realize that sooner or later you're gonna have to stand on your own, whether you like it or not. You know what I mean? So it's good. So we have to stand on your own with your mind, with your creativity sometimes. Because even sometimes when you pitch your ideas to people, they can't even see it either. Sometimes they see, but they don't want you. They know they kind of envision it themselves, and they say no. we want to be in it, so and we can't be in it. We're not gonna do this and we're not gonna do that, and only to realize that you are only gonna be here by yourself. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with being out here in this world by yourself. Try the waters by yourself. People might everything you do. People not gonna like everything you do, including your own self. Because sometimes we critique ourselves. We don't like what we do. Sometimes we don't like what we do. But is your honesty of how you're navigating the world you see around you? Because everybody perceive the world around them differently. You know what I mean? No one size fits all. We all perceive the world around us differently. So you have to bear that in mind. And sometimes the things we say and do, we're not going to be a fan of it. We're not going to be a friend of it. But are we going to stop everything because this is this or that is that? No, we're going to keep going. You know what I mean? Be your own company. You have a lot of people live alone right now and they have peace of mind. Or I hear people complaining, I need a peace of mind, I need a peace of mind. Why do they need a peace of mind? Tell me, why do they need a peace of mind? They need a peace of mind because they're tired now of living around other people. They say, how about me learning to stand on my own? You know what I mean? Yeah, even some elderly people right now in this world. You got some elderly people right now. Their daughters or sons say, Mom, we have to work, we have to do this. We don't put you in how many elderly. They say, no, I can help myself. And they had to leave that person alone. Yeah. What's that, babe? What?
Mom, the keyboard on it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mom, that will make a noise.
Probably so. Okay, make that stay for a little. You alright, Jaden? You the vacuum? Yeah. Yes, people. So I say good man. So that's what come up to my mind today about the mind. The mind we want to create. We can create it and say, oh, if you're creating something and you can't stand on your own with it, why bother? Why bother? Anything you're creating nowadays, you must be able to say you can stand on your own with it, Because if you can't stand on your own with it, then that's a problem. That's a problem. You know, it will be a problem because you can't stand on your own. If you can't stand on its own, you're good to go. You see a lot of people now who doing their own thing. They're doing it because they're tired of doing this in a multitude, and they realize that sometimes they're evil, overworked, they're drained, they're exhausted. People treating them a certain way, or they're not being paid fairly, or whatever it is, and they had to take a stand and say, I'm going to stand on my own. That means they're going to branch off. It's not nothing they have with anybody, but it's time for them to branch off and go stand on their own. And they're standing on their own and realize how much they were missing out. You know what I mean? And then they say, wow. So you have to learn to stand. Nothing wrong with being pitching your idea, doing this, doing that, but you gotta learn to stand on your own. You know, even with me on YouTube, for example, I can only share my experience. I've been around. I've been around a lot of people. And when I say a lot of people, I've been around a lot of people. 100% around a lot of people. But with my experience being on YouTube, I've seen. I noticed that the way I do stuff, many people is not a fan of it. But I have to tell myself, I don't care if you're a fan or a fan of nothing. Because for me, I have to learn to stand on my feet by myself. because I'm the only one who know what I'm going through. I'm the only one know what I can tolerate and what I can do. And I have to come up with my own strategies to do what is best for me and what is comfortable for me, so I don't feel overworked and overburdened. And then by the end of the day, it's just me and my children. I don't have to feel like I am drained because of YouTube or anything, or feel like I'm obligated to do this or do that. No, I had to come up with my own strategies to do what is best for me. And you have a lot of people, they might not support me no more, or they go out and just gossip about me or anything, but that's them. That's not me. That's on them, because I'm still surviving and I'm still thriving. All right. It might not be the big things that people looking for, but let me tell you something. Sometimes things have to remove out of your way for brightness, for more light. You got light, but you need more light. So you have to move out of some ways, anything at all ways, so that you can stand on your own, and then you will start to see the light. You know what I mean? You can't see the light when you're in darkness. It's impossible for you to see the light when you're in darkness. But if you tell yourself, so you're going to create that mindset that it doesn't matter what people think of you, or so everybody views on you going to be different. For me, when I come on YouTube, I don't come on YouTube to think of nobody in no bad light. I come on here to do what I need to do and get off. That's it. You know, and if I watch people content, I don't judge people, because who am I? You know, if I have something to say, I'll say it, but I don't get up to be sitting on there judging people because they're not doing what I am doing. About me have to learn that everybody ain't me. You know me, you gotta learn that everybody ain't you, everybody ain't me. And that's when you learn these things, that not because you're doing good here and you're doing this, you gotta remember everybody do things in their own way. It's not like a job with a manual that say you have to do this way, that way, or that way, blah blah. No. When you're doing something for yourself, you do it to your way, the best way you know how. Yeah, as long as it's appropriate, it's clean, it's not derogatory, and it's not deteriorating nobody. It's not draining your energy. It is not being like you pushing yourself down in the mud, or you're pushing anybody down in the mud. Do it to the best of your ability, because many people right now, they're only doing things for showcase, for love. But the question is, how genuine is someone? You won't know how genuine is someone to you until you really need them and you see they walk away. And then if they hear something happen, then they come in like they were genuine. You know, you see, genuine people don't fade. You might not see them up in your face every day, but they're not fade. They're not fade. You gotta remember that. So that's why you have to stand on your own 2 feet by yourself. You know, I have a lot of people when I started YouTube and used to be around me, and just the stuff that I see they do are so towards me, I don't even say nothing about it. I go ahead and I tell myself I'm gonna stand on my 2 feet, just like how they met me standing alone. You didn't met me in crowd. You met me standing alone doing my own thing. And that's what I will encourage anybody that is out here. Stop seek the world validation, because they ain't gonna validate you. Anything to destroy you, they will. So just remember that. They will. Anything to destroy you, that's what's gonna be distributed to you. Anything like a handout to say, yeah, yeah, yeah. But standing on your own is beautiful. I will see somebody right now saying, oh, I want peace in my life. I want peace. Why people are crying that they want peace? Because they realize that in order for them to gain peace, they have to create peace. You ain't gonna get peace on the world. You could cry all you want, but when you realize what you want, you gonna go for it. And I would encourage anybody, when you realize what you want, go for it. Stop being in a bunch of things and think that it's a must. You're required to do this, you're required to do that. No. Anytime you tell yourself these things, that's where we go wrong in life. We can't stand on our own. You see me? All if nobody show up for me in my channel, I'm still here standing. Because of what? I know the purpose that I got, and I know what I got to offer. Doesn't mean that because I'm not what do I call it? Fabricated, or I don't need to fabricate my life to show it to you. You're gonna see it just the way it is. Who appreciate it will appreciate it. Who don't appreciate it, they will say entrance, exit. Everybody, some people will judge you because of your mindset and the way you execute and the way you speak or the way you talk. But that's on them. That's them looking from the outside in. That don't have nothing to do with me. You understand me? That don't have a thing to do with me. That's their mindset they cantankerous with. And then they're going to impose that on somebody who's minding their own business, comfortable in their own shell, comfortable in their own skin, staying in their own lane, and going to impose that on you. And they will drag anybody they can drag just for attention. Me, I don't need all that attention. Whatever I'm getting is enough, and it is sufficient, and it is well blessed, and it's coming from a peaceful place. And that's one of the things we have to learn. You know what I mean? We always want to watch this, watch that, and judge people. Why are you judging somebody? Are you making them? I can't make nobody, so I don't judge them. Can I judge them? Yeah, but is it going to benefit me? No. Is it going to get me worked up? Yes. Is it going to get me stressed out? Yes. Is it going to make me feel like I'm too invest in somebody else's life? No, I don't need to do all of that. I don't need to do all of that. And that's one of the things we have to encourage is to have a mind of your own, stay focused, be honest, and stop judging. All this world, all it's doing is just judging people, tearing down people. Listen, you see everybody that you see going through something right now, I can tell you they're overwhelmed with what they're going on with them. But you see, because of internet, everybody want like AI fabricated story, and then once they can fabricate their life, that's what they're gonna give to you, and that's what sell. I don't need to fabricate mine. You're gonna see me just the way I am. You have a lot of people around me, and used to be around me, and they will go on and talk. Oh, I don't like her. I don't like this. But I'm minding my own business. As a single woman with my 2 boys, I gotta mind my own business. Whether you like me or not, I can't stop people from hating me. I can't stop people from loving me. But you know what? I can stop. I can stop the things that are coming at me that meant to destroy me. I can stop that because guess what? I don't have to swallow nothing. I just keep staying in my lane. As that song says, staying in my lane. I can stay in my lane. And once you learn how to stay in your lane, baby, anything that was meant to destroy you, he ain't gonna stand a chance, baby. He ain't gonna have no chance to lift up like an airplane. He gonna try. Just remember, it's gonna try. But is it gonna last? No. And one thing you gotta understand, create that mindset that can stand on its own. You have a lot of people now, they see blessings. But you see, when you're humble, it's when the Lord time to bless you, He will bless you. If it's not your time to get your blessing, because you have other things to work on, or you need to work on some more things, you have to still work. Now, because you're waiting for your blessings, don't sit and wait. You have to work for it. And if the Lord see that you're not in 100% there yet, He can bless you, because He said He want all of us to come to Him wholeheartedly. Same thing when He blessing us. He want to bless us in abundance. He don't want to bless us piece of pizza. You know what I mean? So whatever we're doing, we have to continually work. And regardless of how others will see you, you can't stop others and see you in the way they want to see you. That's their eyes. That's their critique. That's their judgment on you. That's on them, not you. As the songwriter that said, waiting for survival. You still don't wait for survival. You're going to survive, okay? Don't get up. Don't move. Don't get up. Don't move. So a part of life is to fight for what you believe in. Fight for what is right for you. And if that means that you need peace, get your peace. You will get your peace. You don't need a crowd. You don't need crowd. You don't need a bunch of people. You don't need a bunch of naysayers. You don't need a bunch of people to just come around you, just to come around you. You don't need all of that. What you need is genuineness. A bunch of time you don't find genuine people. Because a bunch of time people just come in to look for what you can offer them. And once you don't have nothing to offer them, they have a problem with you. They don't like you, they don't this. Who cares? That's your way of liking, you know what I mean? I get up every day and I make it my duty to support everybody that I can support. I don't care where you're from. I make it a duty to support people from right around the world because this is true. I know I'm a person by myself and I do things by myself. I continue to do everything by myself. And when I say by myself, meaning on earth, but with God's grace and mercy in there, His blessing, you know. When I go through stuff, I go through it by myself. I don't got no family here for me to run to. Right now, today I'm here. I don't got no family to run to or anything. I have to do everything by myself. My kid's sick. I don't got nobody to run to if you say, hey, so and so. I don't got nobody to call me and say, how is your kids? How is it? I don't got none of that. And if you think social media and people who on social media who don't like me or who want to see me like them, go tear me down, they just go sit and watch me have a next guest coming. Because I'm them. I'm gonna be like Lamar, they're not like us. You will never be like me. Because guess what? Me, what you see is what you get. You ain't gonna get nothing different. Just a mother getting by. With our two kids, sometimes me myself just want to get by myself, and I'm gonna stand right there by myself. I don't care who wanna stand there with me. You can go somewhere else. Go where the fake world is. Because a lot of people like fake things. You can go where the fake world is. B. Celia, how are you? Everybody can go where the fake life is. I'm good. You know? And when I say I'm good, I'm getting by. Regardless of what's in my way. Regardless of the pain, regardless of anything, I'm getting by, And I'm only getting by because I don't put my trust in mankind. And I will never encourage anybody to put their trust in mankind. Because when mankind fail you, what are you going to do? When you see how the world failing people, what are you going to do when they failed you? That means you have to stand on your own. A lot of people fail to stand on their own, And a lot of people fail to be themselves. So they have to put a narrative so they can survive. No. If I'm cooking dumpling with butter, that's all I'm cooking. If I'm cooking potato with butter, that's all I'm cooking. Yeah, if it's just a bed I got, that's my bed. It's clean. That's the greatest part. It's clean. It's spread out. It's clean. Everything is put away. And then you're going to have days when you're like, okay, I'm not doing it. But yes, people, have a mind for their own people. That's the only thing I can say. Because I want to see how the world running. I want to see how the world running. You live in it. You see how it's running. You've been in there. You don't have to be in my area or wherever. You don't have to be in Michigan. You have to be wherever you live. You see how the world is running. And if you don't try to survive in it, you think it's going to survive for you? You think this world going to survive for you? Sit and wait. Sit and wait. Complaining about somebody, I don't like this person, I don't like how they do stuff. Sit and wait. You're still going to be miserable because it's you. It's not the other person, it's you. Because you're the one working up yourself. It's you. Think about it. You have to think about it. When you see things not wonderful and we are stressed about it, it gotta be us. Because if you are the person still going about their life and minding their own business and still floating, that means the problem is with us. Something wrong with us. And that's why you have to create a mindset to stand on its own. Because if we don't create that mindset, what is going to happen is that anybody can come and tell you, say, hey, you see the apple over there, so it's not appling. You see the pumpkin over there, so it's not pumpkin. and you believe, because guess what? You don't have a mind of your own. You can't stand on your own. You need everybody's support. You need everybody's validation. And then now, here comes you in trouble. When all hell locked loose, you didn't even know people were trying to tangle you up in a drama, tangle you up in a this, tangle you up in a this, and then they're the same one who gonna let you out and embarrass you later. So you have to be careful. Learn to stand on your own, and you're better off. You ever hear a lot of people say right now they love to be by themselves. It's not that they want to be by themselves, but they realize that the peace that is given when they can stand on their own is better than what they were going to try to create with somebody else. So they had to fight for that. It's not an overnight thing. They had to fight. They had to fight. So in this world, even the man that needed to get what he needs in life, he realized that sometimes he have to move away. He don't have nothing with his friends. He don't hate his friends. He don't hate his family, but he have to step away so that he can get what he needs done, because he realized if you've been around people too long, you realize that, all right, and you see you're not being protected. They're being protected, but you're not. You have to step away. Nothing wrong with that, but going out there when you step away to hate on somebody because you step away, you should have to go out there and do what you're gonna do. You don't have to say, you have to say, no, just go away, walk away. When they say walk away from trouble, if you can, just walk away and create your own peace. You know, that's how you create peace in this world. You don't create peace by walking away and then you make a big mockery of things. That's not how you create peace. You create peace by walking away and do what is right for you and your family. Or even if you don't have a family, but you're out here and you say, you know what, I want to create a life or a legacy for me later, or for my future, or for my children in the future, or for my family in the future that you're going to have, or whatever. You have to learn to go out there. You see how many people leaving their country, doesn't matter where you are from, leaving their country to go other place. Why are they going there? Not only because the grass is greener, but sometimes you're in your own area and you realize you're stagnant and nothing flourishing for you, nothing moving, nothing driving, nothing shifting. Everything is just right there, need some WD-40. And in order for you to get WD-40, you have to go somewhere else to soar, and that's where you find that, oh, you're flourishing here. Why do you flourish there? Because you're not around the same people. Why are you making progress? Because you're not around the same environment. Why are you making adjustment? Because you probably get a new promotion, so you're not in that part that you were in. Why are you flourishing now? Why do you feel like you're comfortable where you are? You get a raise, you get a higher pay grade. You know what I mean? Up in there now. So you realize that, okay, the $2 that you were had to knit and tie and barely could knit and tie. Now you can knit and tie it with at ease because you get a raise, even though it may sometimes a dollar may look like it's not nothing, it is something. Because it's a dollar that you were squeezing that you could barely squeeze. Now you're able to try to squeeze like $2 or so. So in this world is what you tell yourself you're gonna achieve in this world. You know what I mean? That's how you achieve in this world. So bear that in mind, people. So when we're fighting to survive in this world, is to start with our mindset. Even on YouTube, you have a lot of people. They will come around you and they're coming to look for what you don't provide. You don't offer, you don't cater for, it's not on your menu, it's not on your agenda, and they come looking that you will provide it. That's the wrong approach. But that's on them. So when they realize that, you know what, this person not budging, this person not this person not, what are they gonna do? They're gonna walk away. And why are they gonna walk away? Because they realize that what they are looking for, you don't offer. Some people offer things only for attention. No. Some people will do anything just for attention. Me, no. No. It's true. Yeah, people, anything for attention or views or anything, they will do it. Me, no. 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 If I can be happy with what I'm doing and the little stuff I'm doing, why do it? No. Or they say God don't bless no mess. No. So I have to do me. That's why I give all of us a mind. Nothing wrong with you being yourself, people. Just remember that. Nothing wrong with you being yourself. If you're around people and they see you being yourself and they tell you, oh, you're too much, you're too extra, they don't like you, that's on them, baby. You keep doing what you do. Because by the end of the day, if you have a goal, you have a mindset, you have a purpose, and you know what you want out of life, you will achieve it. But if you sit down and worry about, oh, I can't stand this person, you ain't gonna stand nothing, not even yourself. Because a lot of time when people say I can't stand somebody, if they should tell you how mad they were on the inside about themselves, and they see you with what they were thinking, but they didn't execute it, oh man, you become their target. A lot of times you see it happen. And then what happened? You were in problem. So you gotta work on you, because a lot of people we working on the world, but all the world things that you're working on, is it working on you? The things is it working on us? No. Working blood pressure up, working hypertension up, which is same thing, working all kind of things up, all kind of sickness in your body because you're so worked up. No. Worse when you're getting older. You don't need to be petty when you're getting older. You just need to mind your own business, stay in your lane, and be humble and focus on Christ. Focus on what the Lord wants you to do. Not be petty with the world, because you will already grow past that. You see what I'm saying? Because that's why they say when you're getting older, you grow wiser, not younger and fuller. You're supposed to grow wiser. And just to see how a lot of petty stuff is out here, that is enough out here. I don't need to create no more. You see what I'm saying? No, I don't need to create no more. If I can't help to be a part of the solution, I don't need to be a part of the problem. Because all that's going to do, if I can help create solution, all that is going to do is create problem. Problem plus problem equal problem, not solution. And somebody have to stand up. Somebody have to be mature enough to stand up and say, you know what? Enough is enough by doing what is best. We all, yes, because you're doing what is best might not give you what you want in life. All right, so you don't know what you're going to get in life. If you stay true to yourself, you will get what you want in life. What is due to you? They say what is due to Caesar, you will receive it. You know what I mean? Living through the eyes of other people ain't going to cut it either. You have to go out there and walk out and stand out. It's like when you look a kid growing up, sometimes your parents dress you, sometimes they dress you like a mad cow or somebody escaped from somewhere. But as you grow older, you realize that, hey, I need to dress myself now because I don't like how my mama dress me. I need to start get my clothes and pair them myself. And some people start to do their research how to dress properly, how to do this. And some people it come natural. Because maybe one of their parents like to dress up and the other one don't like. So they get one from the other. You know what I mean? Some of us get our humor from either we mother or we father. Some of us get this the standing up kind of energy from one or the other of our parents. Some of us outspoken because one of our parents is outspoken, and sometimes it's not nothing like that. They have nothing to do with that. Sometimes we just being born like that, just to be ourselves. And I'm one of them, born just to be myself. When I was born and growing up, everybody told my mom, "Oh, look at how skinny she is. She gonna die." I'm still here with two boys floating around. I'm still here. So, and that's why I tell people nowadays, do what's best for you. Everybody tell mama, oh, she gonna die, she gonna this, she gonna that. Okay, I'm still here. We're gonna die one day, but I'm still here. Yeah, I understand it. So if my mom didn't believe and stand up for me as a child when everybody running off their mouth, so would I be here? Would I be here when they say she gonna die? Would I be here? That's the problem. You gotta stand up for what you believe in. You don't stand up for what you believe in, then who gonna stand up for you? You see? Just think about it. You see my little son in my house here this week here, and he gets sick, and I have medicine giving it to him, and he take the medicine one day, and he said, "Mommy, I don't want no more medicine." And I just heard like a voice say, "Don't force him if he don't want the medicine." He get up this morning, "Mama, I feel better." Even though everything he eat, he throw it up or so, but he said, "Mama, I feel better," and his throat is not Cause they have one flu, flu a come around now. It just come on and you're so fast, so quick, so sudden. Even little poor little kids and they poor look at tonsil, so hurt, so painful. When you cough, it feel like you have to hold your chest or something. But it come on so fast, but it don't linger for long. So you have to constantly fluid in that child. But that child get up and he say, "Mommy, I feel much better today." Ain't that's a blessing? Because the body naturally heal itself when you're a fighter. Yes, ma'am. When you're a fighter, your body naturally heal itself. You have to get up and fight in this world. So don't sit down there and wait for the world to fight for you people. The world ain't gonna fight for you. You gonna fight for the world. You gonna fight to be in it. You never see them two man that's doing sports. You ever see the people them who go out to compete in sport? Just take a look at sports. Don't you see everybody has to stand alone right on that line? They have to be in their own lane, running their own race, even though it's a competition. But they have to run their own race, and then that will determine may the best one win. And that's how life is. You have to learn to run your own race. People not gonna like you, everybody not gonna love you. But what you're gonna do because you're gonna bask in the part that people don't love you. But what about the people that love you? Show up for the people that love you. Turn up for the people that love you. Everybody ain't out here for just be on a wagon. Show up for the people that love you. Show up for you. When you show up for you, you're showing up for the people that love you. When you're being yourself, you're showing up for the people who see you for who you are. Not seeing you from the eyes of the world, but for you. And you'll be just fine. But it's when you're out here trying to be the world. You can't be the world. You cannot be the world, people. So you have to stand up for you. You know. They say the world is a cycle, it go around and it come back around. So what you gonna do? When you start writing, they say, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I was looking for my phone stand and just find. You know what I mean? So you have to stand up for yourself. And that's how the world, because look, I've seen a lot of content creators, the way they started off. Their journey was very rocky. It worked like what you see now. But they didn't let the day say you get to them. They focus on the people that appreciate them. They focus on the people that love them. They focus on what they're delivering to people and all these things. And sometimes just to be you, because sometimes people is not listening to what you have to say. They just want to see you, just to see you. That's it. Sometimes people is not listening to you because sometimes people can't even understand because of the language barriers. Yeah, we do have language barriers because people speak French, Spanish, um, Creole, English, the barriers, Swahili, all kind of different language that are out there. Sometimes people can't understand, but just to see you show up, they appreciate you for you. Because to be honest, it's true. You know what I mean? You can't run away from the truth. It's the truth. So sometimes we'll think that everything is because of what we're saying. Sometimes that is not the case. People just want to see you for who you are. And then people can make their decision. That's how we have a creative mind, people. The mind you go create is the mind that will help determine you later. You know? And just remember, no matter what you do, whether you do it off the internet, on the internet, people will always judge you regardless. You can't stop people from judging you, but you can stop yourself from accepting everything. Everything that's gonna throw at you, don't need an answer. Some things you have to just shake your head. Some things you have to just smile about it, and some things you just have to go. Just go, as somebody earlier say, let's start, go. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just have to go. You know what I mean? Because the world is easy to consume in a negative way. Anything that is in this world that is selling negatively, it is easy for everybody to have a cent in it. But things that are uplifting, positive, encouraging, supporting, and all these things, and just say, hey, relax. Life is not that as how you're seeing it. Stop stress yourself out and all these things. People don't care about those things. They care about the chaos of the world, and that's what affecting us now. So you have a lot of people so stressed out because too many chaos, too many things going on, and we bask in all the chaos. Sometimes you have to just step away. You have to step away. Or when you're looking at chaos, you're looking at it to see how can you learn. How can you, what can you, especially when you have children, when you look at chaos and you see chaos going on around you, what can you learn from that chaotic situation or that chaotic environment or that chaotic surrounding? What can you learn from it that you can take from it so that you can teach your children so they will understand, hey, this was this and we learned this and we want to share this with you so that they themselves don't have to come and make those same mistakes. But when you're looking at chaos to say yours is selling, so you want a piece of the pie of the chaos, you're only causing you more pain. Because when you create, when you see chaos and you try to be a part of the creation of chaos, what happens is that you're gonna have people coming after you. You're gonna have people tearing you down, worse than the chaos that you would think you're trying to tear down. That is already out here. You're trying to gravitate to all of these things. And that's why you see sometimes you have to choose your battle to stand alone so you can be better off. Because when you try to see chaos and want to create chaos, you're gonna be in a trouble. But if you say, you know what, this not worth my energy, this not worth my life, this not worth nothing, you have to take a stand. And that taking a stand is mean that you're creating your peace, you're creating, you're not giving away your energy and storing the energy that don't need to be stored, because that can get you worked up. And that's why you have to be you. You have to be you in any situation. You ever see you ever see somebody arguing and they just want to get things off their chest? Let's say they're not arguing with you, but somebody says something to them and they call you on the phone and they're in a rage. Sometimes it's not for you to put in your 2 shilling, it's just for you to listen to that person. And then when they finish, you calm down and they probably, some of them will even tell you, I'm talking to you, you're not saying anything. I'm listening to you. Sometimes it's just about listening, because sometimes you don't know what it stem from, where is it coming from, how you just come calling me on the phone and just be mad and go off, because that's how they know how, when they want to get stuff off their chest. You know what I mean? People want to be released and they don't know any better. So sometimes you have to just listen. Sometimes they themselves, the people who calling you, they're not arguing with you, but they're calling you to talk to you. And if you put yourself in what they're going through, you gonna start get upset. Why you call me and you don't even want to listen to me? Why you do? It's not for you to say that to them, because they're going through something. All they need is a listening ears. But too many of us thought that we're clever and we're intelligent and we know what people going through, because we're looking in. You know, it's easier to look in from the outside because you're not in the situation. Oh yeah. It's like never wear shoes that burn your foot, burn the deck out of your foot. You won't know what it feel like until you wear one and it start to squeeze your foot and you're not close to home. So you have to be up in that shoes. Everybody say, wow, nice. And they always compliment you when you wear the wrong, when the shoes is squeezing your feet. Oh, nice shoes. They look nice. And you're in your head, you're saying, Papa Jesus, if they ever know how the shoes is squeezing me, they'd go away with their compliment. But at this time, you can't even say nothing, because it's probably a function you're at or some occasion, and you didn't have anything else to wear than a little piece of shoes that was squeezing your toe. By the time you go home, your poor feet red, and you had no other way than to just wear what you got. And somebody come compliment you in the squeeze up shoes, and they don't know it's squeezing you, but you know, because you're feeling the pain. But when they come to you, you can't put that smile on. You have to put a fake smile on. If you say, oh, hi, it's a beautiful shoes. They probably even tell them where you get it from. Oh, I get it at Walmart. And in your head, you probably say, it's the wrong size. Or you borrow it, something, just to take shame out of your eyes sometimes. Or just to take embarrassment out of your, you're walking on the shoe. Or you walk too, you know. And as soon as somebody approach you, you start walk decent. But do you know how many pain you take just to be up in that shoes? Do you know how many squeeze you take just to get up in that shoes, or just to be in that shoes for somebody to compliment you? That's how some of us are in this world. A lot of people going through so much, and then they rather take the compliment and squeeze out the rest of their life out of their body. Not worth it, people. Not worth it. It's time for you to be comfortable. And comfortable doesn't mean you have to have a whole bunch of stuff. It means that You are doing the best that you can do to get by with everyday life. That's why he give us 7 days. He give us 7 days to fix things, to create things, to adjust things, to make changes, to move forward. He never say move backward. He say move forward. When you go backward, it's for reflection. You are reflect on what happened and where you are and all of this. And what can you do going forward? How are you going to come out of what you are in? Or if you get out of it, what are you going to do for you not to go back down there? That's all life is about, What we're going to do going forward. You never say what you're going to do going backward. Because then anybody would be happy to see you going backwards. You know what I mean? But if you tell yourself that you have a creative mind and you are on a mission, you might not see that mission fulfilled now. But if you keep out there and keep working towards your dream, you will see it. Everything is a matter of time. Time is not at hand. And time is not this, time is not that. But we still got to realize as long as you're breathing, you still have a purpose. You still have chances to make adjustment. You still have chances to change things or tweak things or fix things. You'll be surprised. Yesterday you get up, you didn't feel well, but you wake up today, you're blowing. Oh, it's a chance there. All right, then let me pick my pieces up. Whatever I was throwing down or whatever I had given up because I wasn't feeling, get up and fix it up. That's all that is. Sometimes we're overstressed. We so stressed out in what we're going. Sometimes it's all about changing up our diet, changing the less sugar intake, less this, less that, and then we start to realize that hey, we're getting up more energy. Like me, I start to drink my lemon ginger turmeric tea, and I start to see vast amount of improvement. You know, and I was reading up on it this morning. Was talking about the lime for the vitamin C and the turmeric really good for your gut health. It help with bloating. It help with so many things along with the ginger and how good it is. And they just tell you say you have to be careful of how you drink the lemon. Too much of the lemon because it can affect your enamel and your teeth are so like take off too much of the enamel off your teeth or so. So I was doing local research this morning and all of these things, but it tell you about the good things for your gut health and it help to release your stress. You don't feel so stressed anymore. You get more energy, you feel more energized, you feel more ready to go. And I keep telling you, since I start drinking that tea, I start get up and I'm ready to go. I get up and I start doing this. I don't feel level of that burden. You ever feel a burden on you and you're like, damn, where is this burden coming from? I mean, sometimes it's just about tweaking things, changing things, reduce some things. And as I tell people, when you're making changes, you don't make changes by throwing things away. You make changes by step, replace stuff. Or if you don't use no buy no more. That's all that is. You know what I mean? And I get up this morning, I drank my turmeric tea with my lemon ginger honey tea this morning. Just a little bit of honey. I don't put a whole lot because I don't know for some reason with that tea and my taste bud, it's so sweet to it that it don't require a bunch of anything. Because the purpose of it is not to sweeten the tea. It's just to blemish it so you can drink it. And I get up, I'm telling you guys, I'm feeling so better in my body start drinking that tea. So much better. Okay? So I encourage everybody, man, to be out here, have your mind to stand, have your mind to focus on what is not so wonderful. So you can focus on your dreams, you can focus on your mission, you can focus on your goals, you can focus on everything that you need to focus on. But you can't focus on things when you're stressed out, you're drained, you're so worked up. You're like, where is the door? Where is the entrance? You can't achieve nothing like that, people. No way you can achieve like that. Always mad at the world, you can't achieve like that. Mad at the world don't care if you're mad. That's one thing I will tell you. You could bad all you want, the world don't care. The world don't care, people. You know what I mean? But it's what you gonna do. What the song said, what am I gonna do? Is what you're gonna do is gonna make the difference in this world. What you're gonna do. You know? And don't be afraid to be you. That's all I will tell anybody. Don't be afraid to be you. You know, this world will give you anything, but I can tell you, don't be afraid to be you. Don't be afraid to be you. You know, a lot of people try to live to please people, especially in this world where everything sell nowadays. Everything is a transaction nowadays. Everything you can make this, you can make that. This is like you hear somebody say they sell their soul. No, be you in this world. You know, be you is better than not being yourself. Because you don't want to live with regret people. Think about it. You know, I ever say, boy, I waste my energy, I waste my time not being myself. Do you know how painful that is when you're worried about how you waste your time focusing on things that you have no control over? No. We have to focus on the things that we have control over. And that is us. Be us. We have to learn to focus on us people. This world ain't gonna be we, you know. Just say go. And appreciate your journey. Appreciate people around you too. You know. Even if they come in, even if they're not a whole multitude, we have to learn to appreciate them because I believe that when growth ready to come, everybody gonna be want to be there grow, but you have to appreciate the people who be there for you. You know, however they come, months, week, days, years, whatever. We have to be very appreciative of them. Yes, we have to be very appreciative of them. And if we're not appreciative of them, we won't be able to be appreciative of anything else. You know, so we have to be very appreciative of them. This is so sweet. This here, very sweet for the carpet. Call it Luxury Carpet Freshener. Very sweet. Uh-huh. Yeah, fragrance in there too. You know, so you have to be appreciative of you, the people around you, your journey, goals. Be appreciative, you know. As the songwriter say, if you blame life, you blame who give it. So don't blame life, blame the way how we live it. So there we have it, you know. You say if you blame life, you blame who give it. He said, don't blame life, blame the way you live it. Guys, I had washed this barrel thing out. Remember when I was cleaning up room the other night and I said I had found some coins. So we're gonna put the coins of down in there. We can't blame life for everything, or we can't blame everybody for our downfall of life. We cannot do that. We cannot do that, people. We have to just move forward, brush ourselves up, get up, brush ourselves up, and then we will see life start to life for us. You know, this thing you have all pin, everything up in here. Pin up in here, yes, man. So we have to learn to be grateful. You know, and be patient. And then a lot of people will look at you now and they see you now and they judge you, but they don't know what the future holds. You know, we've seen other people, how people look at them and they judge them. And then when they see the future for them, they want to come back and be, hey, I was here for you. Hey, I was it. You're singing a song that is not even standing well. It's like somebody, you ever see somebody walk up to somebody and they say, hey, do I know you? You're like, what? This person don't know me, but they remember you. They just don't want to accept that they remember you because they know what you did to them. This is heavy. Heavy, guys. I'm gonna go to the washer anyhow. So I get that out of the way. This was some bowl coming here one Christmas and I didn't even use and the bowl and get off. Yes, people, just be yourself, yeah, man. In this world, there's too much things going on, too much distraction, too much pain. These are my socks. I need to put my socks in these basket. You know, too much pain, too much distraction. A lot of stuff be going on nowadays. So you have to be able to stand up to figure out what do you want out of life, what do you want to achieve out of life, and go for it. And as I said, go for it ain't gonna require you to be in no crowd. Even the man that is studying in school, you see, whether him or her, you see they had to take a break from anything that stressing them out or they think. Some people, nothing bother them. Some people know how to balance life very well with distraction, this, that, but not everybody built that way. And you have to understand how you were built. Know how you were built and know what you can accept from what you cannot accept. So you can move forward and move up the rank in life. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're gonna go down the drain, like feeling like you're going backwards. But it's what you do to pull yourself up is gonna make you the person that you need to be. And when you start to tell your story, that people will be looking at you and judging now that don't know your story. When you start to tell your story, then people gonna start look at you and like, what? All this time? But it's a story that people will believe because you know why they're gonna believe it? Because they were looking at you, realizing that you didn't give up regardless of what was behind the scene, tearing you down or dragging you down or pulling you down, weighing you down. You did not give up. Through it all, you ride that storm out. Through it all, you pull through like a champ. You pull through because you were determined to meet your destiny. You were determined to get over there. And then also when you get over there, you realize the real work just begin. Yes, you may work hard to get over here, but now it's not to work hard no more. It's to work smarter to stay afloat and to maintain. And that's the beauty, of people, because this is how testimonies are formed. When you realize that the things that was meant to drag you down the bottomless pit, and you didn't let 1 ounce of it drag you down there. Mind you, it was dragging you, but you did not sit there and just sob into it and say, there's no way out. It's always a way out. But it's going to determine and the way we're willing to take out. It's going to be determine how we decide to find our way out of the darkness or out of what meant to drag us down is going to make the difference. And it's going to make us be on top. A lot of people who you see survive a lot of stuff or anything, they tell themselves as quickly as they know what was going on, you're not going to win me today. I will fight to the very end. And that's what they do. That's what they did, and they fight to the very end. Like I think yesterday I was watching on the news where they have a cancer race over here, where people was running, whether you had it or not. And one lady said she's in, I think 2023 or so, she discovered she had cancer, but her cancer wasn't one of those terrible ones, and now she's cancer free. And she said she's so happy to beat that little thing. But I mean, yes, everybody not gonna have the opportunity to beat it because of how long it take in the body before you find it out and everything. But it just is so that when you find something out early, you can beat it. If you determine now, you have to tell yourself that, hey, I didn't like fresh food. Hey, I didn't like this or like that. But now you have to be determined because you're determined to win. You're determined to show people that, hey, I can have a life out here. I can keep going. George Corner say, hello, bless up yourself. You know what I mean? And that's the problem. That's why they say early intervention in anything can secure your spot in beating anything that need to be beaten in this world or in this life. Yes, man, early intervention. When you see things, hey, cool, bless up yourself every day. I go and hold a cool, I hold a mix. When you see anything, as soon as you realize you have a slight idea, and you start with early intervention, you realize that you can beat anything that is meant to destroy you. But when you don't know what's ahead of you early, then by time you realize, sometimes it can be too late. And I think that's where the problem lies in life, because sometimes when we find out these things, we find out in a way that is too late sometimes, and sometimes some of them are so horrible and disgusting that it linger for a while, are hidden. Just like you have people who have hidden agendas, where they hidden for a while, until by the time you're ready to read them up and realize what is going on, it's too late. They already destroy you. Because by the time you figure out, you were this close, and they were already closer to you, closer than you would expect or anticipate in life. And that's why you see in this world, you have to be careful. You have to be, not so judgmental, not cast so much on yourself, not too stressed out about anything. Just work with what you can work with. If it will mean when you realize, because sometimes people will say, but I don't got the money to do this, so that's why I linger. We all don't got the money sometimes to do nothing at all. But if we tell ourselves that, as soon as we find these things out, well, all right, we can change our diet. That don't require money to change your diet. You use the same things you have in the house. It's just that some things you're not going to use much of anymore. So you start to reduce those things that not good for you. You look at research and you realize, okay, I'm gonna start to drink more bush tea. I'm not gonna drink no more alcohol. I'm not gonna drink no more of this. I'm gonna drink more of this, because you might start doing research and see what is good from what is not good. You know what I mean? So you can bring your energy up, bring your well-being up, until you can find a way of getting some help. You know what I mean? And that's all that need. As soon as we find out that what is not right, it does. Start do look at research, Maybe some of you have good friends that who are doctors or anything. You can talk to them about stuff. They might know a few friends in the area that you want them to look into for you. They can get back to you with a few answers, and they can tell us, in the meantime, just do this, just do that, change up this, start exercising, start do your working out, get up, start doing more praying, and change up your diet, change up your lifestyle, just everything. Change up your thoughts, your mindset. Because your mindset are another thing too. It's something else when you hear something not right with you. It is something else, It can come in and it just take over, and it's like, hey. So if you don't hang with it like a power saw, you know what I mean? Then it's going to be power saw in your life for real. Cutting down the tree, don't care. You know what I mean? So you have to get up as soon as you see things, and then you say, yeah, and you fight, and you win in the end. Notice the people who win in the end, because early intervention. Not everybody is lucky enough, because some things are when you find them out, it's too late. You know what I mean? So you have to bear that in mind. But as soon as you find out what is going on with you, even with salt, when I find out that I had baby and the salt was too much for me, I had to cut it out. Like added salt, I literally had to cut the added salt out my diet. I just use seasoning with salt, but me adding salt in my diet, I cut that out. Because it's like a headache it give you. You know what I mean? When the pressure is like a headache. So I had to cut those added things out my diet if I want a longer life. You know what I mean? Not to say I have no high blood pressure now, I don't have it. Because also, but I'm just saying, once you recognize what is going on with you, or so, just cut it out your diet. You know what I mean? Don't buy anymore. You don't use it. You say, Lord, I ain't buying no more. You just don't buy no more, and that's it. You know what I mean? You work towards what else you need to work to in life. That's all that is. In this world, we can't achieve anything, but we have to be determined, and that's why everything begins with us. A lot of time, people think it begins with what the world offering. No, it begins with us. What are we going to do? Change up your diet. See, now I get up in the morning, I might drink little Milo tea or so, but it's very rare. I start to drink my lemon ginger turmeric tea, and this morning I get up doing my own research on it or so forth. Yes, I know they good, or so I've been using turmeric to cook for so long, and so, but you get up and change up your diet. You know what I mean? Don't have to sit there to say you don't have the money to do this. Just get up. Many of you have backyard farming. Many of you can get people who can do, probably know a bush doctor or whatever, that you can get to drink some things and take care of your body. You know what I mean? Just change up diet. Lessen the meat content. That another thing I need to lessen in my diet too. I start eat more, just more vegetable meals than just worried about the meat. You know what I mean? But everything is a step, people. Everything is a step in this world, you know? So we're not gonna stay any longer because I'm gonna vacuum in here and then I'm gonna go in the kitchen. I'm trying out some meat there too, baking the oven. But everything is a step by step process, people. So don't feel like you're in this world. Just remember your mind. You have to be able to stand alone. Sometimes you're going through stuff and you say, boy, it's you alone in it. It's not really you alone in it because you have Jesus as your father up there, but you have to put everything to him so he can direct you. And you can't worry about the nights of the market. You can't worry about who not loving you. Focus on the people who love you. Focus on the people who want to see you win. Focus on the people who want to see you aspire to something better. Focus on those people and focus on helping others when you get out of your struggles. Focus on helping other people so they can get out of their struggles too. You know, because they say each one teach one. So when you get out of your struggles, then you start to share how you get out of it. Others want to know how you get out of it. People want to know. You know what I mean? So you share. You know what I mean? Because a lot of time when people say share, they think it's all about finances, financial. They have to be financial. It's just to share your journey, your struggle. What did you do to get out of it? And we will get out of it, people. So until then, walk good, have a blessed day. And remember, today is Sunday, and so to God be the glory. It's a big shout out to all of the VIPs, to all of the likers, to all of the sharers, to all of the commenters, to all of the moderators, to all of the subscribers, to all of the members. It's a big shout out to all of you, to all of the top fans, and to everybody who was tuning in. We said VIP, yeah, you. Big shout out to each and everyone. I remember, create a mind that can stand on its own. You know what I mean? Because many times we're struggling because we're worried about we don't have no one to support us. We don't have anyone. But if we start to create a mind, just like they said, you have to learn to be able to stand on your own. Well, you need to start create a mind so you can stand on its own. Understand? So when anything happen, you don't have to feel overdrained, stressed out, depressed, and basking in all these things. We can catch up ourselves and get up. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong if you're sick for a day. Nothing wrong if you're not feeling well today. It's okay. Just keep telling yourself that, hey, I need to create a mindset that tell me I need to get up. I need to get up because it's just me. I need to get up. Call on Jesus, he will answer you. Call on him, he will turn you over. Sometimes you can't turn over, you can't roll over. But if you ask him to roll you over, he will give you that extra boost of energy that you need just to turn you over so you can get to what you need to get to. You can roll to what you need to roll to because many times you ain't gonna have nobody run you because if people don't work nowadays, their bills gonna be piling up, they're gonna be out the door or whatever they need to pay, they will be out the door because not everybody having their own place where they don't have to pay nothing, you know what I mean? Majority of us have to work, pay rent, pay this, pay mortgage. Even if you have your own house, you still have to pay mortgage. And if you don't pay mortgage, you know anything. So as a life good people, but remember, create that mind that it can stand on its own people. That's all we can do and learn to share your journey when we get out of what we are getting, we're in. You understand? And how so we can help so many other people that are basking in their things get out of what they need to get out of. That's all we need. Look a boost in life. Not everything you don't have to be financial. By praying for each other, so God will make a way for them. And you have to be determined. All right. So until then, walk good, have a blessed day, and happy Sunday, one and all. See you. Bye.